How advanced was the Roman Empire? We hear the name all the time, but do we truly grasp the sheer scale of their achievements? It wasn't just about legions and gladiators. Rome was a civilization so far ahead of its time that some of its innovations wouldn't be seen again for over 1,000 years. Let's take a journey back and uncover the incredible technology and society that made Rome a true superpower of the ancient world. First, let's talk about building a megacities. Rome, at its peak, was home to over 1 million people. How do you provide water for a city that size in an age without pumps and electricity? The answer: aqueducts. These weren't just simple ditches. They were monumental feats of engineering. Spanning miles across valleys and through mountains, these structures used a precise, gentle slope to carry fresh water from distant springs right into the heart of the city. Think about the math and surveying required to maintain a consistent gradient over such vast distances. This clean water didn't just go to the villas of the rich. It supplied public fountains, bathhouses, and even a complex sewer system, the Cloaca Maxima, which helped keep the city sanitary. This level of public hygiene was unheard of and wouldn't be matched in many European cities until the 19th century. Now, let's look at the materials they used. Have you ever wondered why structures like the Pantheon or the Colosseum are still standing after 2,000 years? The secret is Roman concrete. This wasn't the same concrete we use today. The Romans created a unique mixture using volcanic ash called pozzolana, which created an incredibly durable and even water-resistant material. In fact, when exposed to seawater, Roman concrete becomes even stronger over time due to a rare chemical reaction. Modern scientists are still studying it, hoping to replicate its longevity for our own infrastructure. They used this wonder material to create massive, unsupported domes, like the one on the Pantheon, which remains the largest unreinforced concrete dome in the world. Imagine the architectural freedom this gave them. Beyond their cities, what connected this vast empire, stretching from Britain to Mesopotamia? An incredible network of roads. The saying, "all roads lead to Rome," was literally true. The Romans built over 50,000 miles of paved, high-quality roads. These weren't just dirt tracks. They were sophisticated, multi-layered constructions designed for drainage, durability, and speed. They enabled the rapid movement of legions, officials, and trade goods across the empire. A message or a merchant could travel with a speed and safety that would be impossible in Europe for centuries after Rome's fall. It was the internet of the ancient world, a physical network binding a diverse empire together. Let's talk about daily life. The Romans had an astonishing level of comfort and convenience for their time. Wealthier citizens enjoyed underfloor heating, a system called a hype, where hot air from a furnace circulated under the floors and through the walls to warm the entire house. They had public bath complexes that were more like modern community centers, with hot and cold pools, libraries, gyms, and social spaces. They even had a form of a daily newspaper called the Acta Diurna, which was a stone or metal tablet posted in public places, detailing government decrees, public events, and notable happenings. It was a way to keep the public informed, a concept that feels surprisingly modern. And what about medicine? Roman military medicine, in particular, was remarkably advanced. When a legion set up a permanent fortress, one of the first things they built was a dedicated hospital, or valley. They had specialized surgical tools, many of which look uncannily like those used today. Scalpels, forceps, and catheters. Roman surgeons understood the importance of sanitation. They knew to boil their tools before use to prevent infection. This practice was largely lost during the Middle Ages and only rediscovered by figures like Joseph Lister in the 1860s. The survival rate for wounded Roman soldiers who made it to a field surgeon was surprisingly high, all thanks to these organized medical practices. Of course, we can't forget their legal system. Roman law is the foundation for the legal codes of most of modern Western Europe and parts of Latin America. Concepts we take for granted today, like innocent until proven guilty, the right to a trial, and the idea that the law should be written down and applied equally to all citizens, were pioneered and codified by the Romans. Their system was complex, dealing with everything from property rights and contracts to criminal justice. It provided a stable and predictable framework that allowed their society and economy to flourish on an unprecedented scale. From their gravity-defying architecture and citywide plumbing to their superhighways and sophisticated legal doctrines, the Roman Empire was a marvel of innovation. They tackled problems of scale, logistics, and public welfare with an ingenuity that was simply lost for centuries after their decline. So the next time you hear about ancient Rome, remember it wasn't just a world of marble statues and epic battles. It was a world of brilliant engineers, visionary architects, and forward-thinking lawmakers who built a future that, in many ways, we are still living in today. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this journey back in time as fascinating as I did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history. Let me know in the comments what other ancient civilization you'd like to explore next. See you in the next video.